Hi everyone, I'm back again, and this is Purvangi again. This session is again the continued session of the last personal freedom session based on the Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. As I was talking about that how you can do the introspection and what is the two characters did in your life. The one character is, I can say, Dhrithrashtra asked Sanjaya, and three sections based on that which I had narrated, and which has been, I think, very much useful and informative for you all people, because if you are just doing nightly introspection in your life, you will be able to understand where do you stand, where your life stands, and what do you want in your life in your future. Because I always believe that rather to uh, deal with your worry part, rather to deal with your fearful part, rather to deal with your dreadful thoughts, you have to sit with yourself to understand actually who you are. You have to understand what do you want in your life, what gives you a satisfaction, and all these things only possible when your 100 kauravas been beaten by your five senses, and your 100 kauravas are your 100 negativity. 100 kauravas lies inside in your conscious mind, in your body, which is I call a blind mind, a Dhritrashtra. And your five senses, your five Pandavas, who lies in your soul, a king soul, a soul who dominates you, a soul who has a rights as a king in your body, who has dominant nature over your body. But sometimes your 100 Kauravas win battle upon your pure soul. So I was just talking about the talking about three sections earlier. The section number one is an introspectory part. The section number two was about five senses, which I liked the most, and the third section, which I was talking about, a positive psychology. A positive psychology where you are putting your selfishness outside, where you are putting your ego outside, where you are taking a responsibility of your own I. Then you create your positive psychology. Positive psychology never comes from the motivation, never comes from the inspiration, because all these things vanished in the air if you cannot understand, if you don't go deep inside in your thoughts and your life, you won't be able to understand that. And those inspirational and motivational things just vanish in the air. But you have to understand what you are actually, what you have to understand, that in which level you are working. Same way, this is the section number 4 I'm discussing here is about a blind mind. A blind mind is a Dhritrashtra, and a Dhritrashtra was playing a good role in Mahabharata, because it has started from the Adhyay number 1, Adhyay of the first shloka, where Dhritarashtra asked, a blind mind asked Sanjaya, a pure soul, what did my sons do with and Pandu's sons do in battlefield? Same way, your pure soul is asking, is giving you the answers. What did you do in whole day and in your whole life? A blind mind, a body which likes the luxuries more. So this is a section number 4 about a blind mind, where you are discussing your unconscious mind is giving you the truth, the true nature of your soul. Unconscious mind is giving you the solutions to your problems. And when you are actually creating a battlefield between inside your mind, your heart, you win upon your senses. Because if you're if you are removing through your introspections your weaknesses, your disqualities, your selfishness and your ego, then you find your true nature. I'm not telling here that you are supposed to sit into the meditation. I'm not supposed to tell here that for the introspection part you have to understand the real spirituality. But yes, spiritual life is one of the life where one has to find yourself, because it is the ultimate goal of us. Our ultimate goal is not to on how much materialistic we are. It is not our duty to have so much possessions in our life. It is not our duty to have so much bank balances, and I can say so much property ownership all the time. But it is all about the creativity you have. It is all about the in whatever the label you are into, whether be it a business person, because I'm putting this word label here, where I'm putting this label. Why? Because everybody's actually deal with their labels. When you are talking to someone, they always introduce themselves. I'm Purvangi Shukla, I'm a life coach, I am an author, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a neuro-linguistic programmer, kind of a things, which is I call a label. And when you are working under your label, you have an ego. But you have to remind, a blind mind has to be reminded by a pure soul that you will be able to work in this world with this body, because those other things is available in this world. If you are a business person, and if you can do the business, is only possible because the others, your productions, your products, and of course your buyers are available in this world. And when there is a buyers, when there is a monopoly, when there is a demand for your products or your services, you will be able to become a businessman. Same way, if you are a student, you are a student because there are books, there are knowledge, there are educations, there are schools, there are parents, there are good life in this for the future, and hence you are working under a label of a student. But you have to remember that you need to ask yourself a question. Being into this label, did I do my 100% productive job? Did I give my 100% most ethical and most honest work to my creativity, my work, my business, my job? Be it you are into the whichever label, the family person also, be it a mother or be it a father or whatever you are, whatever the label you have, are you giving your 100% at that time? When you are having introspection, you will be able to understand why you had certain experiences in your life. And when you go through it, you will be able to understand your experiences are only creating your own world. When you are having a blind mind all the time, it always, your conscious mind always dominates your body, dominates your materialistic possessions. And when it dominates that, you will be able to understand that you are more into the pain, you are more into the unhappiness, because your emotions are lies on your experiences you had in your life through other outside world, or maybe the inside, because the first experience which we had which we faced, actually it is from inside, rather we are facing from outside. Same way, I'm here to conclude this session of personal freedom with the last part, the section number 5, with the conclusion of another one more character which we know him as Arjuna and Dhritrashtra, and what they did in their life. If you can just go through that character, you will be able to understand Arjuna, pure soul, a dominant, a positive mind, a dominant on 5 your senses, because 5 senses are actually the 5 Pandavas, I can say, because those battlefield is the replica of the 100 negative thoughts, or the 100 negative qualities lies inside the body, lies inside the Mahabharata as a Kaurava. And they won the battlefield against the Kaurava as the Pandavas. So I am taking here that as a conclusion, when you do the introspection, when you are following these 4 sections which I had explained here very nicely, you find one thing. When you actually got your, when you had a good thought about your true nature, about your true life, either you ended the same with the Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, because when the Mahabharata battlefield happened, 2 things happened. One, the conclusion happened because due to Mahabharata, Shrimad Bhagavad Gita spoken, Shrimad Bhagavad Gita resulted into the Mahabharata end, because Sri Krishna has given all the important and most dominating thought process, the emotional process of the human being to Arjuna. And the second character, which I'm always telling, Dhritrashtra, a blind mind, what resulted out of the Mahabharata is only the battlefield. A battlefield where so many people died, a battlefield where he lose his all 100 sons, a battlefield where everything has vanished, a negative mind who vanished whole life of the people. Not only we lost the people like as a Bhishma Pitama and Dronacharya, but we lost so many other good kings also. So the battlefield, the Mahabharata battlefield is always fight inside us, a blind mind against a pure soul. A pure soul is always telling you the correct answer, always giving you the solutions to the problem, but a blind mind, a destructive conscious mind is giving you the most comfortable, most easy way to process in your life, to go in your life, to move in your life. And when the Mahabharata happens, and if you become a positive psychologist, if you are being a more positive about your thought process, your emotionality, then you generate this battlefield resulted into the Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, like Arjuna. When the battlefield happened between the thoughts, actions, and the process and the results, it created Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, which has been helpful for the people from decades to decades. And when the battlefield actually fought between the blind mind and a pure soul, it actually resulted into the Mahabharata, a battlefield where every Kaurava died and lose his life. So these are the very important informations I always love to teach to the people. I always share with the people because I'm a good reader. I'm also a good researcher, and I also like that you can just subscribe the bell button because I'm regularly doing my videos over the YouTubes. And if you have any questions related to this personal freedom session over the Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, because I'm a spiritual coach as well, you can definitely contact me on my email ID info@purvangishukla.com, or you may visit my website purvangishukla.com. And you can also write me below the inbox for any queries if you have with this session. So it's really nice talking to you, and I'm inviting you to listen and to follow the other sessions as well about the personal freedom part 3. So it's really been nice, and have a nice life, have a great day, and have a great life ahead. Thank you so much, and be positive all the time. Thank you.